definitely aliens. I'm 13% sure.
So I don't know what that light in the sky was that I've shared. My notifications have never lit up like they have just now. Reports right from the south, right through the Midlands, up to the west, east. Pretty much spotted all over Ireland. Loads of people captured videos and pictures of it. A bright light, no sound, moving at or below cloud level. Few people have asked, is it the Starlink launch? No, doesn't fit that. Nothing showed on flight radar, the people that were tracking it either. So at the moment it is a UFO, which just means it's unidentified. If it is the aliens, I say hello. I hope you like weather.
I was tracking a light in the sky. I couldn't tell on the camera if it was a satellite or not. And I'm tracking this light. And as far as I was concerned while it was happening, that was it. It was just one light. And I was looking at the footage on the computer. I noticed I had caught the most amazing thing ever. And that was very, very definitive to me, seeing that footage. This light comes from the top left corner of the screen, zips down, and then zips back up to this object I was tracking and pulls these maneuvers that I've never seen anything pull before in the sky. And yeah, that really sold me on it. Because I was honestly starting to feel like I was losing my mind, and I was really questioning everything. I was starting to feel like I was crazy. Like, am I just filming satellites? I don't know. Like, you really start wondering and start questioning yourself, and it's been really tough in that regard. But every now and then you'll get stuff like this on video, and it's like, okay, yeah, no, there's actually something here. There's actually something here. And then you go over everything that had happened previously, and when you look at the big picture, you can start piecing it all together, that something is actually going on.
The people of Pompeii.
Built 7,000 years before the pyramids. So who or what built it? This is the Kailasa temple in India. Not built, carved from a single mountain. No blocks, no cement, just solid rock. 400,000 tons of it, removed from the top down. That's like carving a skyscraper by hand from a cliff. Experts say even with today's tech, this would take decades and millions of dollars. But ancient builders did it over 1,300 years ago with no machines. Symmetry is flawless. Carvings are microscopic level detailed. There are hidden rooms, some never fully explored. And here's the kicker: no inscriptions, no builder's name, no blueprints, nothing. Some say it's proof of a lost super civilization or even extraterrestrial help. It's too perfect, too advanced, and it doesn't fit our version of history. So ask yourself, why isn't this world famous? And what are they trying to hide?
In 1946, deep in Peru's forgotten Cueva del Sol Negro, Japanese archaeologists uncovered haunting cave paintings. Elongated bodies, large heads, large eyes, all standing beneath what experts have agreed is a hovering ship. 2 decades later, in 1965, nearly identical figures were found in Nepal's Whispering Peaks Grotto. The same beings, the same vessel. Then in 1978, Australia's Dreamtime Chasm. Each site thousands of miles apart, each showing the same otherworldly encounter. Coincidence? Or a record of visitors humanity has long forgotten?
10 people who could have changed the world and vanished. Thomas Hogan was an American mechanic who claimed to have created something revolutionary, a combustion system that worked without a carburetor, capable of making a car run over 60 miles with less than half a gallon of gasoline. And the most impressive part? His invention could be installed in practically any vehicle. The news quickly caught the attention of major automotive industries, but the one truly interested was Shell. The company even offered $20 million for the patent, but Hogan refused. He believed that if he accepted the offer, his creation would be shelved and would never reach the public. Shortly after, on August 19, 1981, Thomas was found dead. The official version: alcohol intoxication and a drug overdose. But there was one strange detail. Doctors who knew him swore that Hogan had no history of alcohol or medication abuse. And the mystery only grew deeper, because along with his death, all the papers and documents about the invention disappeared without a trace. For many, it wasn't an accident, it was silencing. After all, if Hogan's invention had gone forward, it could have completely changed the fuel market. So what do you think? Did Thomas really take his own life? Or was he silenced so the world would never have access to his creation?
A 500-year-old map shows Antarctica without ice, and somehow it matches Plato's Atlantis exactly. The Piri Reis map was drawn in 1513, long before satellites, yet it outlines Antarctica's coast without its ice cap. That shouldn't be possible, but here's what's wild. Its dimensions match Plato's description of Atlantis. Circular landmass, island chains, mountains to the north. Historians say the map was copied from older sources, older than known civilization. So were ancient cartographers recording myth or memory? And if that map is real, does that mean Atlantis never sank? It froze.
This isn't a mountain. This is the largest tree on Earth, one of America's hidden natural wonders. Can you recognize it? It's called Devil's Tower, and from a distance it looks like a mountain. But get closer, and it looks like something got cut down. It rises 867 feet straight up. That's taller than a 60-story skyscraper. No crater, no lava, no volcano nearby. Just one giant column of stone standing alone. Geologists say it's cooled magma from deep underground, but others believe it's the stump of a prehistoric megatree. The patterns on the sides? They look like fossilized tree fibers, perfectly vertical, perfectly unnatural. Native American tribes have called this place sacred for centuries. Some say it once reached the sky. Others call it the Tree of Life. So, what do you think? Is it just a strange rock? Or is it proof that Earth had giants of its own? Let me know in the comments, because once you see it, you'll never look at trees or mountains the same way again.
Did you see that one I posted on Instagram the other day?
No.
Oh my god, this is fucking insane. Check this out.
Central Java's lush Kedu Plains in pursuit of this mythical peak near the little settlement of Burra. They chopped and burned the strangling vegetation for 6 weeks and removed tons of volcanic ash. What they discovered were marvelous figures cut in stone, thousands of them, hidden beneath the volcanic jungle. Believed to have been built in the 8th and 9th century, the Borobudur Temple is an uncontested marvel whose intricate architecture continues to confound scholars. Despite being one of the most important sites on Java, there is no written record of who erected it or what its intended purpose was. Because there are no inscriptions or dates on the monument, historians must make educated guesses as to when it was most likely created. The dating estimates are based purely off of architectural comparisons found elsewhere in Indonesia. Given the magnitude of the construction, it appears remarkable that no ruler or dynasty took credit for it. Borobudur is the world's biggest Buddhist temple, and yet nobody knows who built it.
Whoa.
On the Indonesian...
That's cool.
Yeah, Jamie, I'm sending you another one right now. I mean, there's a bunch of these things. There's a bunch of things like that. They're just like, I don't know.
The Great Pyramid, first of all, is very big. The Great Pyramid weighs 6 million tons. We can calculate that from its mass. It weighs 6 million tons. Its footprint is 13 acres. It's more than 750 feet along each side. It's 481 feet tall. More than 2.5 million individual blocks of stone were used in its construction. But it's not just big. It's really, really precise. The Great Pyramid is targeted on true north within 3/60ths of a single degree. But if you take the height of the Great Pyramid and multiply it by 43,200, you get the polar radius of the Earth. And if you measure the base perimeter of the Great Pyramid accurately and multiply that measurement by 43,200, you get the equatorial circumference of the Earth. In other words, for thousands of years, through times, through dark ages, when human beings didn't even know they lived on a planet, never mind its dimensions, that monument has encoded and speaks out the dimensions of our planet on a scale of 1 to 43,200. And the scale is not random. The number 43,200 is derived from a key motion of the Earth, which is called the precession of the Earth's axis. The Earth wobbles on its axis very slowly at the rate of 1 degree every 72 years. And 43,200 is a multiple of 72. So they've given us the dimensions of our planet on a scale defined by the planet itself. That's an incredibly clever thing to do. How on earth did they do it? Where did that knowledge come from?
Did you know that some people believe the collapse of the Twin Towers wasn't just caused by the planes? One of the most popular 9/11's conspiracy theories claims that controlled demolitions brought the buildings down. Proponents point to the way the towers fell, arguing it looked too symmetrical and fast for a simple structural failure caused by fire and impact. Another theory questions the Pentagon attack. Skeptics argue that the damage to the Pentagon was inconsistent with the commercial airliner crash. They point to the relatively small entry hole and lack of visible plane debris in early photos. This has fueled speculation about a missile strike or even an inside job, despite extensive investigations and eyewitness accounts supporting the official narrative. World Trade Center 7's collapse is another favorite among conspiracy theorists. The building wasn't hit by a plane, yet it fell later that day. Some claim this was a classic controlled demolition, citing the building's sudden, straight-down fall. Official reports attribute the collapse to fire-induced structural damage, but skeptics remain unconvinced, fueling ongoing debate and speculation online. Why do these theories persist? For many, the scale and impact of 9/11s make the official story hard to accept. Conspiracy theories offer alternative explanations that feel more satisfying or aligned with distrust in authorities. Whether you believe them or not, these theories have become a lasting part of 9/11's legacy, shaping public debate and pop culture for decades.
The Statue of Liberty is not just a symbol of freedom. It is a sign of Lucifer. The 7 points on its crown do not stand for continents or seas. They stand for the 7 deadly sins: pride, greed, anger, envy, lust, gluttony, and laziness. It is a statue of disobedience, showing how the world turns away from what is good. It stands tall, watching over the people, a constant reminder of the hidden forces shaping society. The torch is not a light of hope. It is the light of Lucifer, the one who tricked mankind by offering forbidden knowledge. He promised power and wisdom but brought only destruction. This is not true freedom. It is freedom from God, a way to pull people away from what is right. For centuries, this plan has been in place, hiding in plain sight. The statue was a gift from Freemasons, those who carry the same ancient knowledge, spreading their influence across the world. A lie so big that no one even questions it. A deception standing in the open, yet unseen. But did you know that
Why isn't this taught in schools? Our entire history and future are influenced by ancient cycles that repeat every 10,000 years. A cosmic clock ticking away through the ages, marking the rise and fall of civilizations. It's called the zodiac cycle. This cycle is divided into astrological ages, each lasting 2160 years. In our current period, we are transitioning from the age of Pisces to the age of Aquarius. This shift brings about profound changes in human consciousness and societal structures. Every 10,000 years, cataclysmic events occur. Floods, ice ages, and meteor impacts reset our world. Many ancient texts and archaeological evidence from sites like Göbekli Tepe point to advanced civilizations existing long before our recorded history. These civilizations knew about these cycles and left us clues. The ancients believed that as we move through these cycles, our collective consciousness evolves. Each age has its own energy and lessons. For instance, the age of Pisces was marked by themes of belief and religion, whereas the age of Aquarius promises innovation, technology, and a new understanding of our universe. Noah's Ark marked the end of an age. Destruction and rebirth are part of this cosmic rhythm, but there is even more. The shift is happening right now, and you can see its effects everywhere. People are waking up, questioning old systems and seeking new truths. The lies that have controlled us for centuries are being exposed. This awakening is part of a larger plan. The universe is showing us how we've been manipulated and what we need to do to reclaim our power.
Over 6,000 years ago, a mysterious civilization had detailed maps of our solar system. The Sumerians created these drawings using clay. The surviving drawings show that they understood that the sun is a star at the center of the solar system and that other planets revolve around it. They even accurately sketched the orbits and positions of the planets. Interestingly, some of their paintings also depict strange images with giant entities. The Sumerians considered them to be deities. Intriguingly, some of the drawings of these gods even display symbols resembling human DNA sequences. Additionally, they had symbols related to medicine, which bear significant resemblance to modern medical symbols. To this day, we still cannot understand how thousands of years ago, the oldest civilization of mankind had such profound knowledge of astronomy. This raises the question of whether this ancient civilization was not backward, but rather had advanced far beyond our current understanding of them.
A quiet red star in Gemini has revealed something extraordinary nearby. For more than 20 years, astronomers have tracked its light, measuring color shifts so small they amount to just a few meters per second. Across thousands of nights, the data showed a steady rhythm repeating every 53 days. That faint wobble revealed a new world, only 18 light-years from Earth. It is called GJ251c, a super-Earth roughly 4 times our planet's mass. It moves through the narrow region around its star where temperatures could allow liquid water to exist. 5 major observatories, from Hawaii to Texas to Spain, combine their observations to uncover this signal. The result is one of the most promising habitable zone planets ever found in the northern sky. Telescopes now in development may soon capture its light directly, revealing a faint dot beside its red sun and perhaps the signs of water or clouds in its atmosphere. A nearby world, calm and steady, waiting to be seen for the first time. Go to our website for full details.
How small are we, really? Let's zoom out. You're standing on Earth. Zoom out, and our whole planet becomes a speck orbiting one relatively average star among 300 billion others, just in our galaxy. Our entire solar system, it would fit inside a single pixel if you looked at just our sun from across the Milky Way. But wait, the Milky Way itself is one galaxy among 2 trillion others we can see. 2 trillion. If galaxies were seconds, 2 trillion would take you 63,000 years to count. Zoom out further, and something incredible happens. Galaxies start connecting like neurons firing in a giant brain. Scientists call this the cosmic web. Massive threads of galaxies stretching across darkness, looking exactly like the neural networks inside your head right now. You are smaller than a single thought in the mind of the universe, yet somehow you're aware of it all. You can comprehend your own cosmic insignificance. Maybe that makes you the most significant thing of all.
The human race was created by another race called the Patal. They have no idea where the Patals are. The human lineage, we have no recording of this, but the Draconans have legends of this because the Draconans then were warring against the Patal. And the Patal was constantly trying to protect this small band, and based on the description, it's the human race. But nobody knows how many millions or billions of years ago that was. So it started at age 14. I was taken on the ship. I was given a physical that recorded my brain waves, my biorhythms, so that I could be communicated or contacted no matter where I was in our galaxy, or wherever they were in the galaxy. I was stuck here. They put me on a brain scanner device. The room that I was in was completely wrapped.
This was when you were 8 or 14?
Age 14. There was a table in the middle, that's all that was there. Now, Warren A had like a little clicker, like a cable box clicker, when you want to change channel. It was a device similar to that. He would just push a button, and literally on the walls, all of these meters and telemeters and gauges would literally manifest out of nowhere. Out of an absolute wall, suddenly there were gauges and knobs recording everything about my physical body. Everything. They put a little cap on my head. It was like a yarmulke, except the top of it was cut out. They put it on my head, and he pointed and he said, "Look," telepathically. And I looked, and another scanner, like a television, appeared on the wall, and it literally, I started seeing pictures, like clips from movies, just going by. Boom, 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 different scenes. And I kept recognizing the main character in these scenes. It was my entire reincarnational history on the earth, flashing before me. Not the whole life, but scenes of it, of who I was. When this was done, they gave me a little cup. It was like water. And he said, "Drink it." So I drank it, and they turned around and they watched on a meter here. They could see it go all the way down. It looked like water, tasted like water, but on a monitor it was blue. And you could see it go all the way down into my organs. And every time I go on board, they give me a physical. And it's because of the environment we live in. Now, when this was done, I got up off the table. All the monitors literally disappeared again. Now there's nothing there but wall. They start to walk this way. I get up off the table, I'm standing there. The stage turns around and says, like this, he says, follow. So I started to walk with them. I turn around, the table is gone. Now it's not there. So I said, how did you do that? And Morane said, we manipulated third density so you could have a place to lay. And that's when they started to explain to me that everything is a holograph. The universe, you, me, everything is a holographic projection. And what they do is they use extensively holographic technology. And they can literally create anything in third density because all it is an idea and vibration. And they literally can create it.
How come they can't create a race of beings like us with the genetics that we have that they want to preserve so badly?
Because the spirit factor, you can't create spirit. That only comes from one source. That's God. That's the gift. You can create a physical form, but you cannot recreate spirit. And if you create a physical form, unless it's divinely ordained, you can't put a spirit into it. This is the problem the Greys have. They have created their hybrids, but they can't get a soul to incarnate in it. It's just flesh. That's all it is. And they have to artificially keep it alive because there's no soul in it.